Hey everyone, how's it going? Gosh, it's been a while since I've been in this room, hasn't it? Look how much has changed. It needs more. And this time, I'm actually gonna record one for the camera and for YouTube. Today, we're gonna put something up on the wall together. Let's go. All right, welcome to the voiceover portion. Grab a chair, put on some music, maybe light some candles. We're gonna make tonight memorable. Tonight, we're drawing in the Fabriano 1264 mixed media paper, 11 by 14, I believe. And we're using a Crayola erasable. It's always good to get a nice rough in like this, just to kind of get the lay of the land. This is a big part of why I don't like to use pastels right at the beginning, is because I usually end up erasing most of my stuff, so it would probably confuse me, because I am a very simple person. Today's portrait is actually a side view because, well, I've always liked that particular view of the face. You get a very clear shot of the forehead. You got a nice little rounded part for the eyebrows, and the nose perks out oh so prettily. I gotta tell you, it's nice having my camera setting such that you can actually see what I'm drawing this time. Very proud of that. Just getting the very important parts of the face framed out. Mostly obvious shadows and hard lines. You can't really count on much else when you're using pastels. This particular portrait I've decided is going to have a swan's neck, I guess. Nice curly hair too. That's why the back of the neck isn't completely filled out, because it's going to be covered with, well, I guess you could call it a mullet. Just a few more changes to the outline of the hair and maybe some shading. That's one thing that I really like about these erasables, is that boy howdy do they erase. The lead is a little soft for a colored pencil and it dulls quite quickly, so for what you get out of the pigment you have to sharpen it quite often. That is a justifiable drawback. That looks about right. No detail in the hair. It's gonna be, well, you're gonna see what I'm gonna do with it later. It's quite fun. But getting right into it with the pastels, starting with the eye. This is because I am so much in love with this set. It is the 72 Mungyo Gallery set. It is very quickly becoming a fan favorite in my household, especially the greens. I've been using a lot more greens in these ones because, frankly, I have more than 3 shades. It's almost gonna be a shame going back down to the 36 set for out-of-house things. Going in with a wonderfully vibrant blue on the bottom. Some of the colors are just a little bit too close to each other, but overall I think that this is a very good set. Now I say that without having any other 72 sets to compare them to. I've got some 48 and 50 sets. I've got my Pentel and my Crayola Expressionist. But other than that, this is by far the largest set of pastels that I have. Maybe next week I'll do a nice side-by-side between the Expressionist and the Mungyo. I have sung the Crayon's praises in the past, but ever since I've switched to a more professional grade of pastels, they really can't be compared. That was actually half of the reason that I had so much trouble with the You Create paper back in the day, is the formulation on the Expressionist is just so hard. It is almost like clay. And because it's so hard, the pigment doesn't move around very much, so it's very blotchy. Thinking maybe I shouldn't complain so much because it doesn't claim to be a professional brand, and there is, like, with art supplies you get what you pay for. But on the other hand, the 48 set was twice the price of my professional 36 set of Mungyo. Also, this is such a silly little thing, but it doesn't come with the sleeve. My 2 gallery sets come with a sleeve that allows you to keep the box closed when you're transporting it. But this one doesn't have a sleeve and the box just slides open, so you gotta use elastic bands when you're transporting it. It is such a small thing, but it bothers me very much. Maybe that's enough complaining for now, though. Going back to my painting, you can see that I do have a very nice dusty pink with this set. This is one of my favorite skin tone colors. Like, not like what I consider a skin tone color, but like an actual skin tone color, because it's a very peachy, dusty, almost like ashy color, and it's just perfect for adding just a little bit of, like, almost blush. Not quite like a full blush, but there's life in those cheeks when you use that color. But I say that that's quite enough of a regular skin tone for this painting. I say painting, I still haven't decided if it is painting is officially paint, or if I can say painting because it is a painterly picture. Differentiating it from like a cartoon picture, which is mostly line work, or like pen work with hatching, and it's all very confusing, and there's no set definition for what really constitutes what. Oh golly gosh, that is a strong eyebrow. I don't think I go in and do anything to it either. I think it just stays like a caterpillar on this person's face. I do like the black shading under the eyes though. That is a good touch. You know, I actually quite often think about what the painting would look like if I left it unblended entirely and just kind of had it scribbled in. I have one painting that's kind of like that. It's a portrait of an old man. I don't think that I've had it. I have it up on my Instagram. I can link my Instagram. Maybe I'll do that. I've actually been neglecting my Instagram for quite a while. Honestly, I don't like the direction that Instagram is going with the videos. The way that they're prioritizing the videos is it's not the way that I want to present my work. I like long form, 10 to 20 minute videos, or I like pictures. I don't want 2-minute shorts, 30-second shorts. It is so hard to plan a 30-second short in my brain. And you do have to plan it. You have to pull out your camera while you're recording this video because you gotta double up on the content, and you gotta do the woobly woos and wave the camera around while you're filming and make it look all exciting and dynamic. And it's such a pain. You know what's not a pain though? This neck. This yellow. This parchment yellow. It's such a great illuminated color. Like it naturally looks like something that, I don't know, let's say a tungsten bulb is shining. It doesn't look like natural light. For that I need truer colors. But this is very close to what skin looks like under a bright tungsten bulb. Not quite sure what that green is doing right on the nape of the neck. It kind of interferes with the direction of the light that I have shining on it. But that's one of the advantages of drawing the way that I do, is you don't have to be completely realistic with the lighting all the time. If something needs to be green, then it's just green. It doesn't have to be skin color, or it doesn't have to be particularly beholden to the style of the light that's coming in. Oh, but we're coming up to my favorite part of this painting. It is admittedly a very flat part of the painting, but I think that it really makes the whole thing pop. Yes, sirree, Bob, it is the amazing Technicolor Dream Hair. Folks, you do not want me to sing, but trust me, I am going through that entire musical in my head as I'm drawing. I may not be particularly good at the whole religion thing, but dang it, do I know a bop when I hear one. Come to think of it, I got very little religious education growing up. I think the most that I did is I went to I don't even know what denomination it was, but I went to a religious school when I was very young, before we moved all over creation. And I think I went to Sunday school a couple times before I got kicked out for asking weird questions. Pretty sure I was baptized as a kid, so I guess officially Catholic. But I'm pretty sure I'd burst into flames if I went into a church for anything other than a wedding these days. That was a heck of a detour, but here we are, almost at the end of the hair, and it's looking pretty snazzy. Although looking back at the footage, I do kind of wish that I had hidden more letters into this hair. That little H at the bottom of the neck is kind of an accident. Just to be extra fancy, I got a nice little drop shadow showing the direction of the light coming in. I think it would have been far tidier had I done the background before I did the drop shadow, but I can't change what I've done. It's permanent. Much like in music, you cannot unring that bell. Very basic shirt. I believe it is just about the lightest gray that I have. It's going to show up a lot better on the background though. Holy jeez, finally I blend in that green on the back of the neck. Just gotta finish up the arm there, and then we're on to the background. So I'm gonna put in a nice orange for that. Just to kind of blend in with the rest of the orange that we got going on. Quick blending of the back of the shirt, and then we're on to the background. For real this time. I am using my lucky Crayola set. It is a 16 pack, and it is almost used up. I so much wish that I could get the other 2 sizes of Crayola sets in my city, but it seems like the only way that I can get them is Amazon. and they are exorbitantly expensive on Amazon. I think the 28 pack is $40. And dang it, I'm not gonna spend that much for Crayola. The other set is a 12 pack of neon colors, which don't last very long in the sunlight, and thus doesn't really do anything good except for sketchbook sets. But we're going in with the trusty purple. I do love this purple very much. Like all the other Crayolas, it's not very light fast, but it is such a beautiful lavender, maybe not lavender, but like grapey color. Not a lot more left to say, but you can see that the shadow is kind of smudging a little bit. The Mungyo is a lot softer than the Crayola, and thus the Crayola smudges it a lot more. Golly, this video has been quite a ride, hasn't it? Let's see, I've complained at least 3 times. I have gone off on a tangent probably 4 times. We've talked about religion, which is a bit of a forbidden subject for a lot of people. But unfortunately, it's almost time to say goodbye. All we have left is to finish up the background and then hang it, because I actually have picture frames today. I happened to buy them at the dollar store. If anyone's wondering, they have up to size 11 by 14, which happens to be the exact size that I work in, which is very nice. But with that, the piece is done, and I am gone. See you for the outro. I tell ya, these are just about the cheapest frames that I could get. They are not great. Look at this. Why would you have a glass backing for a photo frame? It doesn't make sense. Anyway. Okay, that's about it for me today. I hope all of you have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful evening.